Hey everyone, my name is Stan and I'm the founder of FromBrick, and today we're here to talk about an important topic, and that's the fact that LinkedIn outreach is probably about to change forever and nobody even realizes. As we all know, for years, the more volume just meant more meetings. Spray and pray modes, purely a numbers game. The more messages you send, the more meetings you book. But I think that's about to change forever, and it's already happening, and people are just not talking about it. Instead, everybody is just pumping more volume and hoping that more volume will simply bring them more meetings. I run called it outreach agency for a living, and I can firsthand see and experience and say that most of the strategies that worked 6 months ago, a year ago, or not to mention earlier, simply just don't work today, and people are still pumping up the volume. So today, what I'm going to talk about, I'm going to show you the full breakdown of what's changing in LinkedIn outreach, what can you do to make sure you're not getting ghosted, and how you can actually generate pipeline with super targeted approach, not moving into the spray and pray mode, and how you can still leverage state-of-the-art technology, AI tools, and everything else, so you make this workflow as easy as possible. So let's dive right into it. So mass outreach just became very easy to do. Data became commodity, and overall, there's just way more volume out there than it used to be a few years ago. A couple of years back, you couldn't just get all of these signals. You couldn't easily scrape LinkedIn activity. You couldn't get hiring signals or anything else that easily. Mention LinkedIn posts or similar things, and you could only do it manually, a couple per day. And then with AI, a lot of these things changed, because today you can easily scrape a list of 10,000 people or just get from any of the databases, basically get that CSV and just dump it into any of the AIs, Cloud Code, Codex, or any of these different tools. Maybe explain one or two sentences about what you do, and AI writes all of that stuff for you. Now, that's amazing, but the same people who used to get way less outreach, they get way more outreach, and all of the messages are pretty much the same. All of the same signals, all the same messages, and of course, more of them just simply getting more. So reply rates dropped significantly to just a few percent, and people are just not getting pipeline out of that. Even if they are getting replies, it's usually just not enough. It's very hard to turn something into actual meeting and something that really becomes the pipeline. So instead of thinking about the strategy, the list, the targeting, their offer, which is the most important thing, in my opinion, what they started doing, or most people started doing, is just more volume. We had dozens of clients who just wanted more volume, and that's definitely not the right strategy. So instead of revising the message, they simply went out, got another 10,000 people, the same process, and again, started doing the same thing over and over. So that damages your reputation, puts you into spray and pray modes, and again, your pipeline definitely stays empty. Across 96,000 campaigns that run through HeyReach, those are campaigns on LinkedIn, and obviously we use HeyReach as well as our tool for us and for our clients, about 10 to 20% of people accept your connection request. So that's a decent rate. It goes up to 30% as well. The problem is all of those messages that are being sent that are basically just being completely ignored. Again, working on your targeting, the messaging, and the strategy overall, a lot of people will just naturally go for more volume. Now, there's a very simple way to tell if there's a real problem with your campaigns. If you have the list of prospects you want to go after and you're getting accepted, like 20%, 30% of people accept you, and you're just not getting replies, means one of two things. Most likely, you're not reaching out to the relevant person. It's just your message is completely relevant to them, or your messaging, so the actual copy, just doesn't resonate with them. Typically, it's the combination of both, and we kind of test both of these things in tandem. So the first thing that we look into is, like, if our reply rate is below 15%, for example, or 20% after we sent messages were accepted, that's an indication for me that the campaign isn't performing at the level that it's supposed to be. And not only that, it's the positive replies. We have nothing from replies. We really want interest from people. So if we lack these positive replies, then there's no pipeline for us. There's no pipeline for our clients. So we always try to optimize for more positive replies and more interest rather than just any kind of replies. So again, simple trick that you can use if you're really not seeing any replies, just go to your list of people and manually click through people who accepted you, like pick 50 or 100 people, and really take a deeper look if job titles and their LinkedIn profiles and everything else is really relevant to why you're reaching out, your offer essentially. So that's most likely the reason, because pretty much 99% of the databases that are LinkedIn based. When you get prospects out and let's say your ICP is Chief Marketing Officer, you're going to get a lot of different variations of roles within different companies and within different sub-industries and verticals that, again, your message just isn't relevant to them. So again, take the list, click through manually. I know it takes time and it sounds silly with all of these AI tools, but it is necessary because that's the only way you can understand and at the end of the day explain to AI what you want, because your ICP is not CMO in B2B SaaS companies. It can only be CMOs in B2B SaaS companies that raised Series A at least 6 months ago, that are hiring 5 SDRs, 2 other marketers, and really active on LinkedIn. That's a much better definition of your ICP, and specifically if you're going after one vertical, it's probably the right way to go and kind of validate your list first before you act on the messaging or anything else. So if you really want to fix this problem, everything starts way before your messaging. That means that your campaign strategy starts with picking the right accounts. What that means is that instead of building a list of thousands and thousands of companies and people and just dumping all of them into the sequence or AI to write the messaging for you, think about a few hundred companies that maybe show some signals that will indicate that it's a good timing for them. It can be, I know these signals are saturated, but it can be job changes, funding rounds, headcount growth, going through a specific set of accelerators, or pretty much anything that's relevant to your use case. And that's basically the first step. So my suggestion is start with a few hundred instead of a few thousand, and then make sure that list is actually checked and scored before you kind of move to the next step, which is writing your messaging. Now, once you pick those accounts, the next big thing is you're almost never selling to a single person within the company, especially if the company is a little bit bigger. There's always champions, there's commercial buyers, depending on, again, how big the company is. There's definitely more people that can be involved in a certain buying decision, whether sell software, services, or anything else. So if you can find multiple decision makers, that's great. But again, make sure to review them and score them accordingly to see which of these people are most relevant. Do not reach out to 5 people at the same time from the same company. Limit it to maybe like 2, maybe 3 people, but I suggest maybe just 2 people, and just think about who that person actually is. And a good thing that you can do something like this is if you have some past data, pull the data from your CRM, see who were the people that came to you from like the inbound motion, listen to those sales calls, feed those transcripts to Claude or Codex, get the data out and see what they're talking about, and then analyze what titles actually make sense to go after. Alright, so now I'll walk you through one of the campaigns that we just built for this use case, and I think one of the campaigns that can actually bring you decent results if you follow steps like this or something similar. We used Codex for this with HeyReach's CLI, Clay's CLI, and a couple of other tools, but again, it's pretty simple to do something like this. Before I go into that, one thing that is important to understand is ideally before you start just creating one campaign, my suggestion is to segment your campaigns into a couple of different buckets in a couple of different angles, and maybe have a smaller subsets of campaigns that you can run at the same time. We do this inside HeyReach for all of the clients that work with FromBrick, and we always kind of start with multiple campaigns, and then as we see a certain campaign performing better than another campaign, for example, we optimize for that. So you can see here, out of 149 connections sent, 68 got accepted, which is 45%. On 27 messages, we got actually on 74 messages, we got 27 replies, and then out of 27, 19 were labeled positive, and this is the number you want to optimize for. So when you spot something like this, it's important to kind of understand that and be able to optimize for that type of engagement in campaign. So in our use case, we have this offering, which is a fractional go-to-market engineer embedded into the team. We work with a lot of startups, early stage startups, and also some companies that are a bit more mature. So what we're doing for this use case, we are going after the latest accelerator from YC, basically spring 2026 batch. Why? Because they just recently went through the accelerator. They're probably thinking about their product market fit. They're probably thinking about their pipeline, and that's a signal good enough for us to reach. Now, we keep in mind that a lot of other companies are going to have the same intent behind and going to utilize the same signal. So to distinguish ourselves, we have to create a very good offer that is going to be relevant to these people. Now, not all of the companies are going to be relevant to us, which is what we have to filter. We're going to use Codex for that to help us with some of the other tools. I'll explain that in a second. And we'll also position our offer, which is for 2 founders from this batch. We're happy to basically launch a complimentary HeyReach LinkedIn campaign just to show them that something like this can work. And then if they like it, they sign yearly contract with us and they stay on, so we can really build the system around everything else and help them build more like an account-based pipeline where they can regenerate a consistent pipeline from something like that. So again, what we did here is inside Codex, what I did is basically I just said, okay, we're going to be creating a LinkedIn outreach campaign using HeyReach CLI. We're going to do that from scratch. I want you to interview me first for the campaign, and then I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. And then it came back with, okay, this is how we're going to run everything here. And then ask me, what does your company do? What specific offer are you promoting? What is the outcome? Who is your ideal buyer? What is the social proof? And then I basically just recorded myself. You can use the microphone here, or I use Spokenly for that. Basically just hit something on your keyboard, any button that you pick, and you can basically talk to your system like this. So I said, check out the website for the offer. We're going after the latest YC batch. We're going to launch the campaign to help them, basically start establishing product market fit and start generating pipeline. If they work with us, can initially launch complementary campaign and then, later continue working with them. This is who we're targeting. We're going after SaaS and AI startups that have large addressable markets, that don't go after very big enterprises and highly regulated industries, and that's all that matters. And again, we're launching like a risk-free campaign. That's our core offer here. And then what I did, it just basically did the research and asked a few follow-up questions, which I explained. I also said what kind of messaging and what kind of tone of voice I want to run with, so AI had enough context, and it says, okay, this is something like this. So I think ultimately what matters with your messaging is that you have the relevant opener, that you can really hit on the problem they're trying to solve, so you really have to understand your ICP for that, and then to have a really good offer. So those are the three elements, along with some social proof if you can put it in. This message is even a bit too long, but I think it's fine. It can work just fine. From there, it created basically the targeting plan, the messaging and all of that, and I said there's some tweaks. You're gonna scrape YC, so basically Codex went here and pulled every single company and founder from the list, and then we use Clay's CLI. Inside Clay we have a process and a function which basically allows us to programmatically from here just enrich companies so AI can read that data, and it's right here. So we have, I think it's the company researcher universal, and you'll actually see this function here with all of the rows. So what basically our agent did here is it pulled the business model of the company. We have a very good agent and a prompt for that. Works universally, and then it basically pulled who their ICP is, what their value proposition is, who their buyer personas are, what is the product and service that they offer, the company name, and then it sent the data back to our system here. And then looks like we hit capacity here, so I had to switch to a different model, but even that worked quite good. So what it did, it basically sent the data to Clay, got the data back, and from there it essentially said, okay, we scraped all of these companies. There's 389 founders. When we scored accounts based on the criteria that they gave them, only 58 are a very good fit, 12 rated as B, and then 13 as C, and 113 disqualify. And I think it even trimmed down the list to like 70 primary A and B accounts only. We provided the API key and everything else that's needed, and basically AI outputted something like this for us. So campaign brief, run log, accounts, contacts, personalization, all of the research data that it has, sequence, like all of the stuff that we could have just uploaded it from here, but because HeyReach has their own CLI as well, it already created this campaign for us, which is pretty simple. So it has a blank connection request, and then after somebody accepts, we have 3 hours and we have a message like this. Hey, this is how I found you. I saw that you're likely going after heads of marketing. Obviously this can be a little better cleaned up, but it still works. And then, just the rest of the messaging. And then from here we have a couple of different follow-ups, which are again pretty simple, nothing huge. We don't suggest sending more than 4 messages. I would even do 3 messages. This is maybe a little bit too long. And then it just ends the sequence. And then if somebody doesn't accept us, we just try to engage with them and then potentially wait some more time. What HeyReach allows you to do as well is technically, if you wanted to go a step further, you can find the email of the person from here and then send them to, for example, Smart Leads or Instantly or whatever you use, Email Bison, to continue with the email as well in case somebody didn't accept you on LinkedIn. So if you want to run this exact system, you can easily start with HeyReach to test it out for free. You can click the link in the description to find it, and it will basically let you run all of these campaigns programmatically, side by side, test different campaigns at the same time, rotate access across many senders. Basically, you can have unlimited senders there and one flat cost, which is very predictable, and it's just going to allow you to have all of your campaigns basically at a glance, and you can also run with AI agents and workflows just as I showed you here. So basically, yes, FrontBreak also implements HeyReach for our clients, so definitely recommend to try it out. And if you want to see how you can use Claude to get unlimited leads on autopilot, although I use Codex today, but it's a pretty similar thing. If you want to go deeper into that, just check out the next video here, and I'm pretty sure you're going to like it.